GTA 6. People have been waiting a decade for this game. You couldn't feel it for 3 seconds. The trailer dropped. Your group chat lit up. Not just gamers, everyone. People who haven't touched a controller in years suddenly had opinions, pre-orders, countdowns. 3 crying, laughing emojis from someone who doesn't even own a console. You watched the trailer, the city, the music, the whole thing, and you sat there and felt nothing you'd call excitement. Something closer to, and then you closed the tab. You typed into the group chat, "Looks good honestly." 4 words. You hit send, and you were already gone before anyone replied. Later, someone asked, "Are you hyped?" You smiled in text. You said, "Yeah, could be sick." Present enough, warm enough, just enough that nobody looked closer. To be clear, this isn't about not caring about games. There are people who looked at this and thought, "Not for me," and moved on. Nothing. That's not who this is. This is the person who wanted to feel it, who watched everyone else get electric and kept waiting for it to arrive in them. And it didn't. The truth is, you've been doing this for a while now. Every cultural thing that hits people, a film the whole cinema cried at, a song everyone heard for the first time at the same moment, a release that stopped the internet. You're there, you're watching, you're sending the right messages. And somewhere inside that, you're standing slightly to the left of it, not above it, not too cool, just unable to get in. And every time, small and private, like a splinter, why can't I feel this? Here's what didn't happen. You didn't grow out of excitement. You didn't mature past the part of you that used to want things. You're not one of those people who decided they were above it. You haven't decided anything. What happened is smaller and older than that. There's a gap. The space between the trailer and the game, between the thing being announced and the thing arriving, between wanting something and knowing if you'll get it. That gap is where excitement lives. The waiting is what makes something feel alive, not the reward, the space before it. Anticipation isn't just hope, it's vulnerability before reality has decided. And that's exactly why it became dangerous for you. You used to live in that gap, the countdown, the certainty before the knowing, the way something could feel enormous before it had proven itself. At some point, you stopped going there. Not all at once. Slowly, the wanting got shorter. The space before the knowing got smaller until it almost disappeared. And now you wait for the verdict before you let yourself feel anything. Wait for reviews, wait and see, not getting excited until I know it's actually good. You call it being realistic. You say it like a personality trait. I'm just not a hype person. But you remember being a hype person, vaguely. The way you remember a specific feeling from childhood, not the facts of it, just that you were electric in it. There's a reason you stopped going into that gap, and it started nowhere near a video game. You were 10. There was a school trip coming. 3 weeks away, you'd known about it since September, and you'd let yourself believe in it the way children believe in things, completely, without holding anything back. You'd thought about it before you fell asleep. You'd told people. You'd described, more than once, what it was going to be like. 2 days before the trip, they cancelled it, something administrative, quiet, no ceremony. And there was a moment, standing in the corridor, everyone absorbing the news, where you felt 2 things at once. The drop and the awareness that people had seen you want it. They'd heard you talk about it. They'd seen your face when you talked about it. And now they were watching your face again. Nothing cruel was said. Nobody had to say anything. The silence was enough. Or there was a small laugh from somewhere. Or just the world moving on within the minute. And something closed. Not slowly. Fast. The way a door closes in wind. You made a decision. Not a thought. Not a choice. Something lower than that. You would not be that visible in the wanting again. And the mind went looking, the way it does, for evidence. Every other time you'd been certain and it hadn't come. Every time you'd told someone what you wanted and had to pretend afterward you hadn't wanted it that much. Every time you'd been the one who cared more. And you filed it all under one quiet conclusion. Wanting is a bet. And you aren't good at bets. Better to wait, better to hold still, better to see. You told yourself it was just how you were. You still do this. Right now, today, when something good is possible, you hold it at arm's length until it's certain. You call it managing expectations. You've been calling it that since you were 10 years old, standing in a corridor finding out the trip was cancelled. The same move runs everywhere now. When someone is openly hyped, fully in it, counting down, already living in the thing before it arrives, you watch them the way you'd watch someone run toward a cliff edge. Not contempt, not superiority, something closer to quiet concern. They're going to feel whatever comes next. The hope, and then whatever's after the hope. You remember what that felt like, vaguely, and you feel the distance between you and them, and you've learned to call that distance maturity. It's not. It's armor you put on so long ago, it started to feel like skin. Someone asks you, are you excited about that? And before you've even checked, before you've actually looked inside to find out, you've already said, we'll see. Not as a lie, not as performance. The cut happens faster than the question. You don't even notice you are about to feel something until you're already on the other side of it. That's how practiced this is. It doesn't wait for a reason anymore. It just runs. People who know you would describe you as someone who doesn't need much. Steady, grounded, not dramatic. They're not wrong. But there's a version of not needing much that is actually just never being visible in what you want. Never asking in a way where you'd feel it if they said no. Never trusting enough to let the gap stay open. You've confused protecting yourself with being low maintenance. The people close to you think you're fine. You are fine. You've made yourself very fine. Here's what the move actually took. Not excitement about a game. The permission to be in the crowd, the one that rushes toward things together, where wanting out loud is just what people do and nobody gets punished for it. You stand in the doorway of every shared thing. You type, looks good honestly, and you disappear. And the ache, the one you only feel for a second before you cut it, is not about the game. It never was. It's about being the person in the room who wanted something and wasn't afraid to say so before they knew the answer. You used to be that person. You made yourself stop, knowing this won't fix it tomorrow. The next thing everyone runs toward, you'll feel the glass. Knowing where the glass came from doesn't make it disappear. But here is what's true. You put the glass there. You put it there at 10 years old, in a corridor, with the specific logic of a child who'd just learned that wanting out loud had a cost. And the logic was right. It worked. It did exactly what you needed. You are not someone who lost the ability to feel things. You are someone who got very precise about where to cut the feeling off, just early enough that you'd never have to stand in a corridor again with your face showing. The problem is, that's also the point where things become real. The one small thing. Not a practice, not a goal, just this. Next time the wanting starts. The quiet one, the private one, before the automatic "we'll see" arrives. Let it stay for one beat longer. Don't tell anyone. Don't plan around it. Just don't cut it quite so fast. The gap isn't the danger. It never was. It was just the last place you got hurt. You're not someone who doesn't get excited anymore. You're someone who learned to close the gap early, so you'd never have to feel what happens when it closes on its own.